far right, Sam Johnson. Other drivers to go ahead and know. How about a driver making his first points bank start with the Turn 1 CRA Pro Series, even though it is his fourth start all time. That's Seth Christensen. All three original starts came at Cordele Motor Speedway for the Speed Fest event. First time off here at Flat Rock Speedway, Seth Christensen will be starting in the 9th position. Albert Francis will be starting in the 12th position. Not the finishing result he wanted at Outlaw. So a couple weeks ago, at lap 55, had a 4 behind the wall for an electrical issue. They have brought out the car that they won with in Winchester 100. And that car that went to victory lane back in October, do the same here in June. Justin Schroeder went quick time last year for this event. Almost did it once again. Was one of the first drivers to head on out. Was holding provisional quick time until getting bumped off by the two drivers that are currently starting ahead of him. Justin Schroeder, well known in the Metro Detroit area, including for racing with the Turn 1 CRA Pro Series here at Flat Rock and Birch Run Speedway. He will now start in the 3rd position. Let's get ready to throw it down to Rich France, the most famous words in motorsports. All right, Jonathan, thank you once again. I have the folks from Cadillac Asphalt and USA Insulation. And guys, you're going to help me bring this field to life. Are you ready? Yeah. All right, I'll count it down and then it's on you. In 3, 2, 1. Drivers, front yard! Come to life as we get ready. First time winner with the Turn 1 CRA Pro Series, and we still rank these winners. Multiple drivers in this field is considered their own race, mainly because they're from Detroit, Michigan. Jim Tucker, John Russell, 20 laps, took off some laps. The guys that want some track officials will make some lap 50 or 50 go, and that's going to be the decider who gets up 50 go. For the Motor City 125, presented by Monroe. The Turn 1 CRA Pro Series races in the round. on that restart. Blake Rowe, really loose into the corner, really strong. It's all in his race. Yeah, I've been watching Blake Rowe and he has kind of running where he's been. On the outside of the driver, Austin he took that down to turn one to make that stop. Just to show me what has damage on the right side of that wheel. going third. Still no car. The 25-year-old from Buxton, Michigan, was an amazing finish for him. A full-timer with the Turn 1 CRA Pro Series, a full-timer with the Appalachian Sucker Punch ASA Stars National Tour.
I gotta say,
He'll be the first full-time driver to win this year. This is the second race it was. That's my Chevrolet performance. It's a Chevrolet driver victory lane. Look at the second class, the Outlaw Horse victory line. Whether you're here in the grandstands or watching up on Spectator Hill, Chase Pinto showcasing his excitement. And this is trying the event that's closest to him. You saw the massive applause in the grandstands. Family members to celebrate Belle River, Ontario. Not too far. Across the lake. He'll pull it into victory lane, and my colleague Rich France will get ready to speak to him in just a matter of moments. How good he was in turn one on those restarts, how he was able to defend off of Seth Christensen, Kevin Kremenesi, Justin Schroeder, they threw everything at the 131 Motorsports Park team of the Carson Hocevar Racing stable. He's a winner at Outlaw Speedway. Let's throw it down to Rich France. A lot of water being thrown over here. He told us earlier this was a home game for him. That's how he felt. And man, Chase, this went a lot like it did last year. You go back to back, 2 years in a row here at Flat Rock. You still had to follow that number 4 machine for a while, but you were, when it got to the end, man, Seth made it hard for you.
Yeah, for sure. Once everything got hot there at the end, I thought we were in a little bit of trouble. The crew gave me an absolutely badass car. It just got better as the run went on. Super proud of everybody in CHR. We've been putting in a ton of work, so super thankful to be a part of the CHR Chevrolet group.
And look, I have a couple ladies from USA Installation here with the hardware. Ladies, I'll let you do the honors for Chase.
Congratulations, you had a heck of a race, man.
Congratulations, you get thoughts 2 in a row.
I'm pumped. Obviously, the first time I've ever done it. Thankful to do it with Turn 1 Series 1. Just super happy to be here. It takes a lot to go on this racetrack. There are a lot of sacrifices from a lot of people. So super thankful. Happy to be back in victory lane 2 years in a row.
Congratulations, my friend. Nice round of applause for your Motor City 125 winner, Chase Pinto. Doesn't sound like a hug there from Trinity. Zach Dunson. But for the driver that finished in second, it was a long haul all the way from Pendergrass, Georgia to finish P2. But well worth it. That Shotgun Motorsports machine was fast. They were. Seth Christensen, a second place finish for him. As Rich France, take the final. All right, before we check into the rest of our winners, I got a gentleman over here. Had a busy day at Michigan Speedway in the trucks at Grant Enfinger. Welcome to Flat Rock Speedway.
Yeah, I enjoy being here. I appreciate Ryan Drager for bringing me out here, and I always love to see some good short track racing. Love to see fans in the
cross track. We started that. We have that on tape. The spin.
I'm trying to be cool.
The original spin.
As far as I know, I do have some. I'm just waiting until the okay, and then I'll.
Yeah, that's right. So,
Watch this.
What? I got most
Yeah,
of it.
how'd you know where I was going?
Still in the middle of recording. I'm trying to wait to be okay, then I'll cut off.
Can we work on our car? Just air pressure. Air pressure, yes, on red. Really? You can adjust the drive. You want to know I can bring that air gauge or not. Stay off there. I think
We got
I think the driver has to do it though. What's that? We can adjust air pressure, sure, on red flag. You can. The driver? But you can. Anybody? No, just the driver, and he has to have his own. Where does it say that in the rules? I read the rules. It's been that way for 50 years. It in the rules? Yeah. It's written in the rules. It's in the setup. Or in the paper when you come here and you sign it. It's in there. It is there. It's been that way as long as I've been here. You're going left. Oh, they said I was getting my spot back.
Alright, he looks okay. Alright, I'm gonna cut off.
what's out, we start on the outside. no idea how that's happened, but they're going to explain it to me. Beginning of the race, you go to the back because your car just looks pretty bad on the high side. Then you go back twice more after working your way back through, and you are in victory lane. You're the Joy Fair Memorial 100 winner. You tell me how it happened.
To be honest, Rich, I don't know. Like, we really did not have a car capable of winning when we were fired off. And I was trying to be smart, and then I got a little naughty with the 54, turned him around, and thankfully Roberts was okay after that crash because I felt I owned a little bit of that. So, but I don't know. I just bided my time, and the spots were opening up, and then I had that restart with Connor on the top, and ran him a little dirty. But I mean, you got to do what you can do from the top here. So, I was able to get it done, and can't believe I actually won the Joy Fair, Rich.
So, yeah, I mean, we've talked over the years, you know the talk about a trophy hunter, how you've done the last couple of years. When does it end? Does it ever get old?
You know, I don't know, man. We started the year off a little rough, and it's like you kind of start questioning, am I going to win again? Am I going to win again? And then, yeah, the gate's open tonight, so I'm going to enjoy this one because you really don't know when the next one's coming.
All right, so we have Debbie DeLong, Joy Fair, over here with some hardware for you.
I'm Debbie Fair, Joy Fair's daughter, and this is Skylar Joy, named after her grandpa, and she's here to present you with this beautiful trophy. I love it. It's got Dad's picture on it, and it's going to be a really nice one on your trophy wall, for sure. And we appreciate you coming out, and what a win. How'd you do that? Huh? You just like go like, I'm in first place. All I got to do is hold it together. I got it. What do you have to say?
Yeah, no, thank you all so much. And racing with Harold Fair and his son and all that, so the Fair name's been synonymous with this. And I haven't gotten to run this race yet, and you know, it's always been one of the outlaw races of the year, the Joy Fair Memorial, and it's really cool to be able to do it.
Please come back again. We'll be rooting for you. Skylar, you want to hand the trophy over? Thank you from the Fair family. We really appreciate all you guys coming out, but what a win. It was a really big show.
All right, race fans, once again, nice round of applause for your Joy Fair Memorial winner, Kyle Crow. All right, don't make me look so short every time I interview you. Man, you just saw this racetrack yesterday, Blake. You were able to run some laps. You had the lead for quite a while. You had a chance on that late race restart on the outside. It just didn't work out.
Yeah, no, first time I've ever seen this track in my life was yesterday. It's an awesome place. We had a lot of fun racing here. We'll definitely be back. Yeah, I didn't have enough for Kyle. He had a really good car. Once I spun around, I got the rear tires kind of messed up, and it was over from there for us.
So, what do you think about this racetrack and this new pavement, your first time here?
It's awesome. Yeah, it's pretty grippy, really racy, really fun. Yeah, like I said, we'll be back.
Nice round of applause for your runner-up finisher, Blake Childers. Go over here and talk to Eric Lee for just a second. Man, you had a pretty good car early. It looked like you did just got, I don't know if it was out of tire late or something like that. You were trying to track down them two, couldn't quite get to them.
Yeah, I think we had a car to beat. It was quick, just didn't work out there when I was going for the lead. And I think I just got the tires a little too hot there at the end, and couldn't make a clean run at it. So forward group, be back, and be better next time.
Guys were pretty happy with the race car first time out this year.
Yeah, I'm happy with the speed. We're doing a whole lot of stuff different, so it seems to be working. So
nice round of applause for your third place finisher, Eric Lee. Well, you didn't finish second. We were talking about that earlier. Man, it looked like you had a pretty consistent car the whole race, just not the extra that you needed to get up there and battle with those guys.
Yeah, I was pretty happy. I was doing what I normally do, kind of sit back and try and save tires. And I don't know, one of the restarts, like I think it was a couple restarts before Kyle and I were side by side for the front row, and the wheel started yanking right on me on the straightaway. So I was fighting that for the last half of the race. So I think I had a little bit more, but it was that was exhausting.
Nice round of applause for your fourth place finisher, Connor Zabosian. Well, not bad after going to the back, I guess. You had to come down pit road a couple of times. You guys went out a couple times. What were you working on the front? You had the hood off the last time you were on the road.
Yeah, when that guy threw a Talladega block going into one, kind of messed the front end up on the car, so the toe was all knocked in and out. Car was pretty good in the beginning, but
Yeah, I mean, still top 5, not bad in this race. I mean, yeah, everybody wants to be up there, of course, but it's all right. We got a long summer left.
no, I can't complain. I mean, the toe was probably knocked in like an inch or something, so yeah. But yeah, we'll be at it.
All right, nice job, Paul. Thanks. Nice round of applause for 5th place finisher Paul Pelletier. Gary, that'll wrap things up from down here. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, next Saturday night we got the 50-lap feature for the figure 8 division, 7 p.m. Factory stocks will be here. And sportsmen, late models, a whole lot more. Our street stocks will be along with the figure 8s. Anyway, we appreciate you coming out here and hanging with us tonight at the Flat Rock Speedway. As always, we ask you to please be careful on the way home, and we'll see ya!
Oh, good, you did take that.